What's up, guys? Flight Control Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at DCS. So it's going to be part 2 of my explaining DCS. So in the first part, if you didn't see it, I recommend you go check it out. It's all about installing the simulator and basically going over everything about the website. So after you install the simulator, it's going to look something like this. This is the homepage to the simulator, and after news and updates, this will slide out and it'll tell you the news to stay updated. But we don't care about that. So right here, you have instant action, create fast mission, campaign, multiplayer, logbook, encyclopedia, training, replay, mission editor, campaign, and then exit obviously the game. And on the bottom here, as you can see, these are all the modules available for DCS. As you can see, there is a lot of them. So when you first start out with DCS, I mentioned before in the first video that you're going to start off with 2 modules and a map. The default map is what you can see here in the background, these Caucasus. And the 2 aircraft you get are the TF-51D. The TF-51D, you might be thinking, oh, that's just the P-51 Mustang, but these are actually the trainers of the P-51 Mustang. So people who wanted to fly the B-51 had to go through these first. I do believe actually it is a clickable cockpit, so it's a lot of fun. It gets you updated with clickable cockpit stuff, and yeah, she's a lot of fun to fly, especially if you're into World War II. The second aircraft that you get that is non-clickable is the Su-25 Frogfoot. This is a Russian air-to-ground, kind of like an American A-10, but kind of Russian and less cool, let's be honest. So this does air-to-ground, and its capability for air-to-air, sorry. Its capability for air is not as minimalistic. Like I said, it's just a ground strike aircraft. So the modules that I have got Nevada, A10A, A10C, A4 is a new community mod, Caucasus, so like I said, this is the background, this is Caucasus, F-15, Hornet, F-86, Mustang, Persian Gulf, Spitfire, and I think that's it. Yep. Okay. So when you do buy more modules and you like the module, so let's say right now I'm really liking the F-15 and I want to change the background. It's so you go ahead and click here and you click set wallpaper, and it just changes the wallpaper to the F-15. Vice versa, the A10C set wallpaper, and each aircraft has its own wallpaper that you can set it to. It's just a matter of personal preference. So on a particular aircraft that you want to fly, you could go to instant action, and that will go ahead and bring you to the instant action menu. That's the same up here, but it will just take you to a specific aircraft one. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move over to the right to instant action. So instant action, basically with all the modules that you have, will give you instant action missions, meaning that instant action missions are actually kind of they're like training missions. So on the Su-25, it'll take you for a free flight, a dusk landing, target practice, dogfight, SAM killer, and close air support. So yeah, you go ahead and click, and then it just brings you to the actual mission. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click it and see if it loads. I haven't played DCS today, so it might take a little bit, but I'll go ahead and cut the video and wait for it to load. Alright, so this is the instant action. I believe the one we did was close air support medium. So as you can see, it basically gives you a brief on your flight, and it gives you instructions, and once we hit fly, it'll teach us how to do air support. So if you have a new module and you kind of want to learn how to fly it, but kind of hands-on training instead of watching YouTube videos, I would highly suggest instant action, and most, if not all, of the modules will have an instant action. Usually start with cold and dark, taxi, takeoff, different types of missions, air to air, air to ground, and then landing, and so on and so forth. So we get hit fly, and yeah, I don't have any joystick connected in, so I have no control. So yeah. Okay, so that was the instant action. So create a fast mission. I haven't really messed with that, but I'm guessing it does what it says, and you can create a fast mission. So I'm not going to go ahead and go too much into that. If you want a specific, what's the word? If you're looking for a specific video on any of these tasks, I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. But as far as campaign, so campaign was what we were talking about on the website video, part 1. Basically, when you install your campaign, that's where you're going to go ahead and fly it. If we load campaign, as you can see, the A-10A and all these aircraft have their own campaign that you could use for training purposes, and you could go ahead and fly those for free. Okay, so next, multiplayer. So multiplayer, this is where all the servers are, and all the multiplayer servers are. So as you can see, the map. So you have to have the map that the campaign or the server has. So Caucasus is the free map, so obviously anyone could go into these maps, but only people with the Persian Gulf, such as myself, could go into this server because it says Persian Gulf right there. So players, typically it ranges, but usually the number on the right is how many slots are available in the mission, and then the number on the left is how many people are actually taken on those slots. So right here, the Raven server, 59 slots are available and 10 people are online. You can also create a new server down here, so that'd be creating your own server, and then people can connect directly to IPs. So let's say you can't find it, but they use an IP to correct it or to make a new server. All you have to do is put in that same IP, hit connect, and it will load you directly into the server. Again, if you need an extra video on any of these, just let me know down in the comments. Mission editor, you could go on and on about mission editor. I don't want to open it up right now because it takes a little bit to load up, but mission editor basically means you could go ahead and load up any map you have, such as Caucasus, Nevada, Persian Gulf, and let's just say you're in Nevada. You can put out anything you want, such as tanks, planes, boats, whatever. So what I typically do is when I want to train myself to do close air support and stuff like that, I go to a training map. I literally go to Russian T-55, and then I place them somewhere out there in the desert, and I have to go find them and blow them up. But comment down below if you want me to do a separate video on mission editor. So mission editor in a nutshell, basically you could create your own mission. You could create, I want jets over here, or I want tanks right there, It's so vast that you can't really put it into a quick video like this one. Campaign builder, basically the same thing as mission editor, but you put multiple missions to build a campaign. So up here in the little 3x3, I believe it was, yeah, 3x3 squares, it'll show you basically all the modules. So all the special offers, so this will show you everything that's on sale. All the modules, so, you know, as the Christian Eagle, available DLCs. As you can see, what I was talking about in the campaign, so like for this one, you need the P-51, you need the World War II Assets Pack, and you need the Normandy map. So you need combined arms for this one. And then these are all my modules that I have. And you can go ahead and turn on, turn off modules. I have no campaigns, and these are my terrains. So settings. Okay, so right now I have everything set to high. That's just the way my PC could run it, and haven't had too much problems. If there's a lot of people in the server, I tend to put it down to medium just so I can load in a little bit quicker. It does take a little bit to load into a server once your settings are high. Controls. These are all just like the general stuff. You could get into different aircraft to set things to. So you might notice when I was talking about the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro that you could set your access tunes. That's the wrong one. That I said you could set different access tunes. I was not doing it. But basically, you go to your joystick, and once you hit access tune, you can fine tune the curvatures so it's less loose, or if you like it more loose, you can make it loose. But yeah, it's really good to set these gameplay. So these are just different things. So if you want unlimited fuel, unlimited weapons, immortal. So these would only be in effect for your mission editor missions and the instant actions. This would not be, you can't be immortal, unlimited fuel, unlimited weapons, and just load into the server or to any multiplayer server and expect that to happen unless they've set it to that. So yeah, these don't apply to multiplayer servers. This is just, I believe, instant actions. I'm not too sure, but I know it probably does happen on your own mission editor. Miscellaneous, you could go ahead and look through all of this. I have auto login checked. That's always important because you don't want to keep it logging in. So obviously you still change your theme here. So I'm just going to set it to the F18 right on. Audio, I turn down the music. There is music by default, but yeah, who wants to listen to it? That's another thing I have to do here, like in Helmet. That's really cool. Basically, things are a little bit quieter, so, obviously, so it sounds like you're in a helmet. G breath, so that's like if you're pulling G's, they're making like sounds. Subtitles. So yeah, I just set everything to 100%. It doesn't really matter to me. And then special. I'm not too sure what this does. Oh, like you set different cockpits, I guess. So if you have a different cockpit for the A10C or whatever, you could set it. But I just leave everything to default. And VR. So I know some people might have VR. So this is obviously more important to you guys than it is to me because I don't have VR. But I'm sure you guys know what this means more than I do. Okay, so that was that. And that's go ahead and log out. So I don't know if you want a friend to log into your computer, then I guess you could do that. And that's pretty much it for the actual game itself without going into the simulator. comment down below if you want me to go ahead and do some stuff in the simulator, do more tutorials like this. Coming out soon will be my Sagitech Pro Yoke video review. Please do check out my Instagram, link in the link in my description. Excuse me. Please take a look at my Instagram, link in the description. Also check out my website for written reviews and screenshots. Also on my Instagram, I post a lot of screenshots about DCS and different updates to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. As always, stay flying.